Welcome, Tim.
Good evening. When I was first asked to talk about what the municipal plan means in terms of the future environment of St. John, I put a little thought into it, and it quickly became apparent that what we're really talking about here is a people process. We have people that are soliciting advice, soliciting knowledge, information, and we have people that are providing that knowledge, information, and there's a critical analysis going back and forth. So I think it's most appropriate if I start tonight by acknowledging that the people of St. John have a long history of dedication to working towards resolving key environmental issues. Issues such as harbor cleanup, the need for active transportation routes throughout the city, and for the conservation of parks and green spaces. But while we have been very proactive in our promotion of these issues, we've been forced to be somewhat reactive with regards to the actions we've had to take to try and achieve results. Take, for example, when we witnessed the development occurring on or near a wetland that clearly has the capacity to help alleviate some of the flooding in the city. I can't count the number of times people have approached me and said, why, in this day and age, do we still allow this to occur in St. John? And the simple answer, at least in my mind, has been that St. John has not had the strong, clear, united, guiding principles that it needs to consistently address these kind of occurrences. This is why the municipal planning process is so vitally important, and that will help us identify those critical natural assets that are deserving of a greater amount of consideration or protection in the face of future developments. Now, in saying that, I must also point out that an important part of this planning process will be that we also identify those areas that, in all honesty, may be best suited for future development considerations. It's going to be about prioritization. There's going to be give and take, and the reality is we probably aren't going to get everything we want. That's why it's so critical that we all become engaged so that when the ink dries, we've secured the natural assets that we need to help us sustain ourselves for future generations. So for those of you who wanted to have your voices heard or have wanted to have an effect in reshaping the future of St. John, this is your chance. And for many of us, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have a positive influence on how St. John looks and feels, how we commute through it, and the types of fish and wildlife and plants and water that we interact with as we pass through this community in our daily lives. So I would encourage each of you to reach out to your friends, your families, your colleagues, so that we engage the maximum number of people possible in this planning process. Let's take those steps towards making St. John a more proactive community. Thank you.